Ba 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 ba. Oh, hello, 'tis I. You know. Anyways, it's Whistly. You already know what it is. We outside in the nature. Ah. But anyways, I watched it Outrun. It was good, but also not good. I thought it was like I thought it was a good movie, but I just thought it was like slow and the pace was kind of weird. Um, like the biggest, I think this movie didn't get to the point. Um, it's the Outrun. It's out of theaters. It was directed by Nora Finchite. Cersei Ronan's in it. Um, what's Amy Liptrot was one of the writers with Nora Finchite. It's still cold. Yeah. Anyways, that one alone today. Anyways, the movie was like I don't know. Like I didn't want to review it because I didn't think it was gonna be good. Like I thought it was gonna be like not good at all. But then like I don't know. I thought about it and then like I guess like weeks later I was like I should probably review this movie. So then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna review it anyways. Cause I feel like I don't know. It's like one of those afterburner movies where it's like you watch it right away and you gotta think about it and think about it and think about it and think about it. Like, well, you know what? It actually wasn't that bad, you know? Cause like when I instantly watched it, I was like, dang. But I guess this is like a timed, like one of those like, time bombs in the World War when they started inventing those. Where there's a release timer that's at like um, and that's what this movie is. To me, I feel like, because I watched the one movie with Blake Lively, the rhythm section, and it wasn't good. It was like really slow, but if you watched it in like part, it wasn't so bad, you know? I feel like, you know, like, and obviously the goal of a movie is to watch it in one sitting and not do that. But I mean, like, The Godfather is a masterpiece, and you could be like, hey, I'm not gonna watch The Godfather in one sitting, but it's still as good as everyone says it is, you know? So I was like, to each their own, like, experiences and things like that. Um, but I mean, I did enjoy the movie even after I watched it. I just thought it was like the pacing was kind of slow, which is the rhythm section did the same thing. And I just watched this movie called like Valiant One or whatever like that, and it was good, but it just kind of slow. It just kind of didn't have all the pieces that you wanted for a movie when you're sitting there for the 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever what the movie is to really just enjoy it for like what it is, you know, like I feel like this it's a job as a director to kind of effectively communicate what they want or what the goal of the movie or what the whole point of me watching it and using my life years to watch this movie. Like Steven Spielberg is the king of like like just maximizing the movie you're watching. Like if it no, not Stephen King, sorry, Steven Spielberg. He like if it's a Steven Spielberg movie, it's going to be like what you expect it to be. He's a really good director at bringing the script to life. You know, there's not like he doesn't waste a lot of things when the movie. But then again, you can also criticize that and say that like his directing style is kind of like for the elite, that for the best of the best of the best directors, he's not really that like not he's kind of boring for one of the elite. Like he is one of the best directors of all time, don't get me wrong, but he's kind of boring for being one of the best. He doesn't have any like kind of like differentiate, like he doesn't really have a style. He kind of just brings the script to life, which is good because he's still a great director and things like that. But then again, like sometimes, especially if you watch a lot of movies, it's kind of like blah, this is kind of boring. I kind of want something more interesting. I kind of want, just a different take. It's like if you watch a lot of movies, it's like I've seen this thing like a billion times. When am I gonna get like a different type of cut? Whenever the actors kind of like, it's like it kind of gets to be for a bit formulaic and a bit uninteresting. But I feel like that's kind of the pros and cons to the Outrun is that like it is a lot slower, and I feel like it doesn't really get to the point. But I feel like the movie does do everything it wanted to do. I feel like it's just very like smooth, like slow paced burner type of movie. Which again, like in like or just in our time, it doesn't really happen. Like in like 2025, modern 20 post 2000 like 2020s eras, you don't really get a movie that's like that slow without being more artistic, more textured. And this movie doesn't like really like spend a lot of time on anything. It kind of like glosses over, like the whole story is kind of just more of a free flowing type movie where there's not really like a grounded element, a grounded thing to look at. Like if you're like the Baby Driver, the director, like he likes to color code his people. The guy who did Shaun of the Dead, I forget his name, but he likes to like color code his people and like so the characters, so you know who's character, like who's this, who's this, who's this. I think it's like Sean, whatever his name is. He likes to color code like the people and have it like easy to identify, and I feel like it's a different directing style, I guess is my point. But like it's kind of I over the weeks of me, like after watching the movie, I've realized that like one of the cool parts about the movie, why I should do a review about the movie, is like it's not really like grounded to any specific thing. It's kind of its own thing. It's nuanced. It's fresh. In that way where it's like I watch it, but there's not really anything that like was definitive, which also kind of make it not boring. It kind of made it interesting. And you got female writers, female directors, so it's just like a little bit different from what you normally see. And I feel like again, like it's or not again, but it's like it's also a good thing because I didn't even know there was like a female director, but it kind of makes sense that it's kind of a different movie than we normally get. And a lot of Hollywood is like the writers are a lot of like white males who are culturally white in their 40s writing scripts, and then you got like white directors and they're all man, so it's like you're getting something different. I feel like it's also like a different process of trying to understand like what the film is and trying to get we're getting a different perspective than we normally have. So it's like something I didn't really understand at first, but now that like there's time for me to think it over and digest a movie properly, because like normally you watch a movie, it's like you have time right after the movie, you're like, all right, I know what this movie is. But like this movie isn't that type of movie. It's just a movie where it's like more like, there's movies that are intellectual that you watch and you can think about it. Like that's more Christopher Nolan. This movie is more of an emotional, intelligent movie where like you have to discover your emotions after you watch it, And I think that's the diverting of me doing a review. But I also think it's a powerful movie and it's really, really good. And I didn't see it at first, and I'm definitely gonna rewatch it. And just appreciate it for what it is. It's you like the lens of like, some guys writing this with kind of this more masculine approach to it. It's like I didn't really like understand like a different approach to filmmaking or just the making of this movie. I think Saoirse Ronan did a really good job in a role. Like I think she didn't do anything that was unnecessary. Like there are actors like Robert Downey Jr. who's wow. He's a big shot star. You got Tom Cruise. You got like Samuel L. Jackson. You got your Angelina Jolie, your Viola Davis, your Scarlett Johansson. These are like powerful like actors. But like Saoirse Ronan's performance isn't like about power. It's about like the vulnerability and the emotional intelligence of her trying to overcome the alcohol addiction, and like trying to become sober, and like it's just like this never-ending fight that like it seems like it's gonna have a good ending, but you don't know, and like that's the beauty of this movie. Is like you don't know, and it's still always a journey, just like life. So the Outrun is a good movie and you should go watch it. And it's windy out here. Okay, bye.